Hey traders, what's up? This is Mike with the watch list video for Monday, July 3rd. It's worth noting, I believe the market closes at 1 on Monday. Obviously, it's going to be pretty dead. I'm going to show up because I got nothing else going on, so I will show up. But I'm not that optimistic that there's going to be some great trades. Mostly because we're looking at summer. We're looking at the market's closed on Tuesday. And most people are celebrating the July 4th, all weekend. So Monday is, for most people, I think are going to sit it out, right? So I think it's going to be pretty dead. Anyway, I threw together a watch list for the heck of it, but I've already given you my thoughts on how excited I am about it. And after that, hang out if I catch some trades in the morning, and may quit early and then see everybody on Wednesday. But we'll see how it goes, right? On Friday, I think it was Keith over there in Ireland gave CCL. We go to 5-minute candles. He gave CCL 18 break idea. I need to kind of zoom in here. Bear with me. There we go. It topped out right here. Where are we? At 18 on the opening 5-minute candle. Came back down, and his idea was back over 18. I think he wrote something like early trade, so it must go right away for me. It broke 18 and then ended up going up really for the rest of the day. Pretty neat call. I got to show you a trade I took in VBIV, which had a nice headline and just started running. These are 5-minute candles. I don't think I posted in chat anything other than watching VBIV for a pullback. So it wasn't one of those where I gave the 2's buy zone or 5's buy zone, but I'll slide this over. It had already made a decent move, right? From like $1.80 something all the way up to, maybe almost $1. No, it went up to, it went up to about 280, and I came back. It came back down, and I put a bid at 247, and I got filled at 247. I think I had another bid in the low 250s, mid 250s. So between those two, it was a normal size pullback bid for me when you add the two together, and I think I ended up with a 51 average. And you can see what happened from the 51 average. It was just up from there. My best sell was at 308. I'm not sure how high it went after that. Not much higher maybe, but it was a pretty cool trade. And it's a good example of, think about it. Something moves from $1.80 to 280. What I always say, back in the day, I would have said, well, I just missed it. And now, I've segued into, hey, I'm gonna catch a buy zone pullback and still get a nice trade in it, right? And the good thing about that is you kind of let it prove itself. It's not like one big spike on a headline and then it rolls over and the second 5-minute candle and you're trying to catch a pullback. This thing absolutely proved itself that it was on fire, and traders like the news, right? So the pullback entry made sense. And I know others in chat took that with me. I know Tamer got close to the average I got too. So anyway, there's a couple of highlights from Friday. And speaking of VBIV, there's the daily now. So you've got this big high volume candle. So we're definitely going to watch that one again on Monday. KTRA had this big pop on Thursday. Inside day on Friday, but went out near the high. So that one's still interesting to me. It's a low floater with recent good news. CNTG falls into the recent high flyer category and held up pretty well on Friday. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. BXRX, big breakout on Friday. We're going to watch that one. RXT, big breakout on Friday. That one's going to be on watch. FREY. The big rip on Thursday. Inside day on Friday. Just looking for a possible third day play. You guys know I only make my money between the bells, so I'm not holding any of these right now. And I'll only trade them if I get an A+ intraday setup. NERV, again, another one. It's just a recent high flyer that's kind of coiling sideways. And then lastly, not a big list going into Monday, ACIU had a big rip on Tuesday, held up pretty well, and then finally Thursday and Friday kind of pulled back. I'm putting that on bounce watch. Maybe we'll see some other gappers in the pre-market on Monday as well, and we'll add those to the list. One quick comment, somebody emailed me and said, well, how many, I see you highlighting some of the calls in the chat room. I try to highlight the ones that I get involved in mostly, but I get this question a lot. But how many calls are made, right? They're sort of intimating that, there's 100 calls made and you pick the best 2. And that's not really what our chat room's about at all. A lot of times the highlights will be stuff I didn't even post in chat, but I traded because somebody else did. And so I always want to tell people the great thing about our chat room is you can just observe for a while right after you join, and start to see who's making great calls, over and over and over. And then you can build a watch list, just follow those people. You can actually open a whole new window that only follows the people that you put on your, what it's called a hot script list. For short, I'll call it a hot list. And you can even set up audible alerts for when anybody on your hot list posts something. So it makes our chat room a really powerful scanner, and something that you don't have to weed through and hope you catch a good call out of 50 different calls. It doesn't take very long in there to figure out who's calling the A+ stuff and then who's just posting to post. So it's probably my favorite thing about the chat room. It's as good a scanner as any out there if you use it correctly. I'm done babbling. Enjoy. For those of you that won't be trading Monday, enjoy your July 4th, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of you on Monday morning.